Dave Campbell's Texas Football, in conjunction with the Texas Bowl, is proud to present the Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week award to the most deserving high schooler in the state of Texas. Every Monday at noonish, TexasFootball.com announces 10 candidates for that week's award based on the previous week's on-field performance. We leave it up to you at TexasFootball.com. You can vote for who you think deserves to be the Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week. Voting closes each Friday at noon, with the winner announced shortly thereafter here on this very program. Your Week 3 Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week nominees. Lexington running back and linebacker Jared Kerr ran for 231 yards and 3 touchdowns. He threw for 46 yards and 2 touchdowns. He converted a 2-point conversion. He also had 17 tackles and an interception. He did everything for Lexington. He's a Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week nominee. As is center running back Kamondre Horace. 24 carries, 383 yards, and 5 touchdowns rushing in center's big win over Gladewater. Little River Academy wide receiver and defensive back Jaylin McWilliams, 61 yards and a touchdown rushing. He caught 3 passes for 26 yards and a touchdown receiving, and he returned 2 interceptions for touchdowns. Sticking in Central Texas, how about Troy running back Zach Urbachik? 17 carries, 250 yards, and 6 touchdowns on the ground for the big running back out of Troy. Queen City quarterback and defensive back Alex Shelton threw for 254 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air, 170 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground. He also had 3 tackles and 2 pass breakups. For Queen City, who's 3-0, by the way.
Look at that.
Q City in the building. Caddo Mills quarterback Tyler Townley, 274 yards and 3 touchdowns passing, 217 yards and 5 touchdowns rushing for Caddo Mills, for the Foxes running, or quarterback, rather. Lindsay quarterback Kolt Schuckers, you've been Schuckersed, 412 yards and 6 touchdowns for Lindsay quarterback Kolt Schuckers.
No.
You've been Schuckersed.
No, I don't like that. Sorry, Colt.
Jasper running back Carl Limbrick, 16 carries. And we don't always include the carries, but it's important here. 16 carries, 320 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
Goodness gracious.
For Jasper running back Carl Limbrick. Have yourself a game. Salado running back Noah Mercer, 27 carries, 364 yards, and 5 touchdowns on the ground for the Eagles running back. And finally, Lockney running back and linebacker Anson Rendon, 295 yards and 3 touchdowns rushing. He had 11 yards receiving. He converted 3 2-point conversions, and he made 5 tackles. So those are your Week 3 Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week nominees. Lexington running back and linebacker Jared Kerr. Centers, Kamondre Horace. Little River Academy's Jaylin McWilliams. Troy's Zach Urbachik. Queen City's Alex Shelton. Caddo Mills' Tyler Townley. Lindsay's Kolt Schuckers. Jasper's Carl Limbrick. Salado's Noah Mercer. And Lockney's Anson Rendon. Vote early, vote often, vote now at TexasFootball.com.